and welcome to your Monday Morning Yoga Minutes. I'm Audra Monk, and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland, and we would love for you to join us at our studio for a class or a workshop. Check out all of our information at mountainspirityoga.com. So come on in and come on down. In fact, you can do this gentle yoga workout right in your bed. So once you learn it, I would highly suggest you do it every single morning before you get out of bed. If you really have to go to the bathroom, get up and do that, but then come right back in and do this practice. And your back and your legs and your hips, they will thank you all day long. So come on in and lie down. So as I said, you could do this in your bed. You could do this on your yoga mat. You could do it on the carpet. That is totally fine. If you want something under your head, when I do this in the morning in bed, my head's on the pillow, and that is 100% fine. I wouldn't do it if your head was way, way up, but just a comfortable 1 or 2 pillows is totally fine. All right, so have your knees bent and rock your knees just a little. Maybe even imagine, you just woke up. And so you double check that you're comfortable. And even though I'm saying you could do this in bed, you can do this in the afternoon. You can do it before you go to bed. You could do it in bed before you go to bed. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so you can have your legs bent or your legs straight. Either one is fine. And we're going to pull one knee into our chest. You can do your hands on the knee or your hands behind the thigh. And this is Lissa. She is apparently going to help today. Hi, puppy. Okay, so with this knee, you just hold on to it and relax your arms. Okay, dog. It's really close. Just relax your arms and let yourself rest here. All right, and then when you're ready, nice and easy with your breath, we're going to move this leg. So on our inhale, belly pulls in and we take the knee away. And our exhale, we hug it back in. And we're going to let that repeat. Knee away, knee coming back in. Ooh, hopefully she doesn't knock over the camera. That would be pretty crazy. Good. So we let this come in and out with our breath. And I would say you want to do it 4 to 5 times. You could do more, you could do less, but definitely 4 to 5. Okay. And then you hug it in again and you let your arms rest and you breathe here. Maybe you circle your ankle around. Good. And you can do this if you're in bed. A lot of times I do this under the covers. Why don't you go that way? Good. I do it under the covers, just moving out as much as I need to. Unless you feel really warm, then you can take the covers off. All right, and then gently release, and we're going to switch sides. Good. So slide in the opposite knee, stretch out this leg if you like, or you can leave it bent and pull the knee and hug it and relax the arms and just take a moment to pause. Good. And then as you're ready, start to move that leg. Inhale, take it away. Exhale, hug it in. Good. And this can just be super soft. We're just stretching the hip and the low back. And if you tend to have low back issues, you may find that if you add this to your practice, and you might have to give it a week or 2 of doing it every day or every other day, you might start to notice that your back feels better. All right, hug this one in, let it rest, and circle your ankle around. Good, circle it around. Circle it both ways. Good. And then set this, one more breath here. Let the arms rest heavy. She keeps distracting me. That's okay. And then set this foot on the ground. Okay, now bring the other leg back in. Hold gently to the thigh. And when you're ready, take the foot up towards the ceiling and bring it down. So of course, if you're in bed, you got to take the covers off enough that you can take this leg up and down. So we're warming up the hamstring and the knee joint. Good. Up and down, just nice and comfortable. And again, I'd say 4 to 5 times, maybe more, at least 3. And then this time when you come down, rotate that hip out and cross your ankle over your knee. Back that way. She's used to me throwing it towards the camera direction, but I don't want to knock the camera over. So you can pause here. This is our figure 4 stretch. When I'm in bed, this is as far as I go. If you're doing this later in the day and you want to lift this up and hug it in, I'd say go right ahead. But if you're lying in bed, it's first thing in the morning, I would just stay here and just breathe. You can take the knee and just from body power, press it away. That sometimes feels really good. Nope, went back the same way. Good, and breathe here. And take one more breath. And then gently release. So I think, if I started on time, this whole deal takes somewhere about 8 minutes, right? And then hug your other leg in behind the thigh. We're going to open and close the knee. Because a lot of us, when you wake up, so what could you do? You could set your alarm to go off 8 minutes earlier. You got 8 minutes. Maybe it takes you 10 because if you're more groggy in the morning, you might go a little slower. You might occasionally start to doze off in the middle of, well, probably not when you're moving it, but in one of the holds, you might doze off a little. And that's okay. But I think it's super important, and I know that I and a lot of my yoga students, we have had a great deal of success by adding this in to our just everyday life. And that's what I think a lot of yoga can be, is just adding it in, doing little bits here and there. I think that is just like a gift that you give to yourself. Okay, so just staying here, or maybe adding a little pressure from inside, pressing that knee away. Foot is gently flexed. And of course, if you're doing this later in the day, feel free to make it bigger. But I'm going with the idea that you just woke up and you're doing this practice in bed. If you don't like to do it in bed, maybe you have a really, really squishy mattress. Maybe you just roll out onto the floor and give that a go there. But you can totally do this lying in bed. All right, and then we release, and we're almost done. I always pause a breath here, and then hug both knees in. Maybe you rock just a little bit, and then you can hold behind the thighs or on the knees, either one. And let's see, I do tend to do a variety at the end here. Sometimes I hug both knees in. Sometimes I take both legs up and down, and I usually take them a little wider. Sometimes I take them up and I like to circle the ankles around and bring them back. So the end is always a little bit different for me. So I'm giving you options. You can take them point and flex. If you need to keep it on the softer side, just knees in and out. Good, in and out. Anything that feels good for you here. So maybe let's take 3 more breaths together where we're just moving as comfortable for us. And then pause, just holding those knees in. Relax the arms, relax the head. Good. And then set the feet down on the floor or on the bed if you're in the bed. Good. Pause here. So this is where you don't want to rush. Let me check our time. Yep, we're doing pretty good. And then you just gently roll to your side and out of the bed you go. And you are off about your day to get ready and do what you need. If you're doing this on your floor in the afternoon, it's great practice for you've had a long day. Maybe you gardened a lot, or you cleaned the house a lot, or you did yard work, or I do a lot of crafting. I've been standing, if you're standing on your feet all day, or maybe even if you were sitting at a desk all day, do this practice then. So thank you so very much for joining me. If you have questions, comments, or requests, we are happy to help you as best we can. We'd love it if you like or heart or this little post, whether you see it on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know that you're watching. Thank you so very much, and have a great day, and namaste.